Thanks to Marcus on GrabCAD for this hand model. I've added on this additional, oh, he sees a wee problem there, this little vector development, single-handed vector controller. And what that is basically a means of sending a control signal to a machine. So I'm trying to develop a control signal which says I want so much pull left or right and how much pull I want. So what I've got here is elastic in blue, two hinges on each point, and we'll have a strain gauge between. Now, measuring the difference between each strain gauge, and I want to describe a vector. That's it. This is just one input. I'm trying to control a kite in my case. So I'm developing a vector that, in the case of kite control, if we imagine holding a kite and you're looking out towards it, you want to say pull the kite left, you'd have more pull on your pinky. Pull it right, you'd have more pull on your index finger as compared to the thumb. If they're both pulling overall against the thumb, that's like pulling the brakes on the kite. If they're released against the thumb, that's lessening the Y component of the vector. So letting the kite back end or the overall sheeting out. So that's one method. Working on controlling using Space Navigator, control that I use, or a mouse control. There's a few ways you can do it in Grasshopper and Rhino and translate that to the real world. There's also a few ways you could use with strain gauges and rings like this, similar, where you'd peg, say, that on the ground, you'd pull one up in one hand, one in the other hand, and have your control that way. That would be your reference, and exactly the same as this system. Just the thumb would be on the ground instead. You could do it that way. Yeah, there's a few ways to go about this. Thanks very much again to Marcus. Cheers.